Good morning. We're here in Blackpool to visit Blackpool Pleasure Beach. We're quite apprehensive because we came last year for their WOW weekends where it's half price, and the operations weren't too good. A lot of the rides were closed. We're in Storm Jorge at the moment, so the big one's likely to be closed for the wind. If we can get on it, that'll be absolutely fantastic, but we're not too hopeful with that. But hopefully ride operations will be a lot better than they were last year, because we were really disappointed. We literally just stayed a couple of hours last year and left. So we're expecting a full day here today at Pleasure Beach. We're 3 weeks in now to WOW weekends, so hopefully they've got everything up and running. And yeah, looking forward to it. We ordered our wristbands online, so we don't have to go to the ticket centre. We can literally just go to the main gate and start our adventure. We've just done the Big Dipper, and it was honestly one of the roughest roller coasters I've ever been on, and it was a lot slower than I thought it used to be as well. I don't know if they need to do some more work on that one. We've just been on the Revolution. Oh my gosh, that first drop was insane. It was so good. A lot quicker than I used to think it was. It was really good. Just wait for it to come down. Such a good ride. So fast. That loop is so tight as well. It's great. We're going to head over for some food now to Burger King, and then we'll get on some more rides. Skyforce, we literally queued 2 minutes for it. Brilliant. I only managed to get upside down once today though. Big one's not open today, it's too windy. We're in Storm Jorge at the moment, so really windy. We've just been on Icon, which you can see there in the background. It's brilliant as always. It's running really smooth, and the queues aren't too bad actually as well today. The queues are quite good. We'll put some shots in just of the main entrance and the ride obviously doing its launch. Icon is running really good today. So we just got off Icon. Oh my god, what a good ride. It's running really smoothly today. We waited about 15 minutes or so for it. There it is in the background. They're running 2 trains today. Really good ride. One of my favourites here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Absolutely fantastic. Shop, and they've got some really good merch. I mean, really nice. So we've just walked off Ice Blast, which you can just see there. Really good ride. I think it was S&S that made that. It was such a good ride. Quite forceful still, so that was really good. It's just ready to go. There you can see it go behind. Really good ride. Just ready for a ride on the Pleasure Beach Express. Gonna take a leisurely ride around the park, see some of the coasters, get underneath Icon, go past Infusion, and also the big one as well, which we should get some pretty good views. So I'll film that for you. We'll speed it up and we'll see how we get on. So we're back from a really long day at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. It was an absolutely fantastic day. We managed to stay till about 4:30, so really good long day over there at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, which was great. Just a note on the WOW weekends, it actually it's running from the 16th of Feb over to the 31st of March. It's something that I definitely recommend for you guys. The park crowd levels were really low. I don't know if that was because of the storm that we were going through this weekend, but it's something definitely to consider. It is on, like I say, till March the 31st. I mean, it's £19.50 per person, so it's half price tickets, which was great. So just really to wrap up some of the rides that we didn't manage to vlog, the first one being the Grand National. This was such a rough ride, but it was absolutely fantastic. We didn't actually manage to get on last year. It was one of the rides that was closed. They must have been still working on it. It was a really fantastic ride. It is a dual racing roller coaster, a wooden roller coaster. It's actually a Mobius loop where you start at one side of the track, the two trains they depart, and then when you return after racing and dueling, you arrive on the opposite side, so they do like a turnover. It was absolutely fantastic. I definitely recommend that one. I actually preferred that one to the Big Dipper. The Big Dipper was really rough this time, like I mentioned in the video earlier. I'm not quite sure what's happened. I never remember it being that rough. So one of the other rides that we didn't manage to vlog was the steeplechase, and that is where you sit on a horse. I think two people can sit on one train, one horse, and you go around on a single track. From memory, it's always been quite an interesting and rough ride. This time it was a little bit rough, and it was also quite slow. I don't know if that's because I'm bigger or taller, but it was a lot slower than I remember, even to the point where I did actually think I was going to stall throughout the ride, and then it'd pick up a little bit, and then when I actually was pulling back into the station, I did stall, and the ride attendant was kindly pulled me back over to where I needed to be so I could get off. One of the other rides that we didn't manage to catch on vlog was the River Caves. It was such a good ride. It's a classic at the Blackpool Pleasure Beach. There are areas in it that are quite outdated. I know that they did a little bit of work over on it when they did Wallace and Gromit's Thrill-O-Matic. Yeah, there are still some areas, some of those animatronics in there have seen better days. It's still a great ride, particularly if you want to get out of the rain or get out of the cold. It's just a nice relaxing, yes, you're on it for about 5 minutes or so, and then there's just a nice drop at the end. And note, if you do sit on the front of the carriage, it doesn't seem like a big drop, but you're likely to get wet on it, so just bear that in mind. We didn't get a choice today on where we sat. We were sat at the front and we did get wet, which was perfect during a storm. So just bear that in mind. If you don't want to get wet, sit at the back. One ride which we didn't manage to vlog, and for good reason, was Valhalla. Now, we knew this was closed beforehand. Amanda Thompson has actually made the announcement that the ride is closed for the duration of this year. It's actually closed for refurbishment, or what they say, reimagining, and we're not entirely sure what that means. We're not sure if that means that they are going to be refreshing some of the effects in there. I mean, the fire and ice rooms are absolutely fantastic, really immersive, or whether they are completely changing up the ride, changing the theme, which I hope they don't. I do enjoy the Viking theme. I think it fits the area really well, and it is a classic. It's one of the best dark rides, water dark rides that we've ever been on. It's really good. One thing is, it is a soaker. It will wet you. So sometimes Blackpool weather's not the nicest, just bear that in mind. So we really are looking forward to seeing Valhalla open. It's due to reopen in 2021 next year, so we're really looking forward to that. I can't wait to get back on it and see what magic they've been working. So one thing we did note, just to kind of wrap the video up, you will have seen that we were on the train, the Pleasure Beach Express. It was such a relaxing experience. You managed to get some really good views of roller coasters, some of the rides around the park. You actually got underneath some of the roller coasters, like the big one and Icon. One thing we did notice was you do get to see some of the parts of the park that you can't necessarily see by footpath. You can only see them if you're on some of the attractions, particularly the Pleasure Beach Express, and some of those areas do need a little bit of TLC. They look like they've not been tended to in 15 or so years, so that's just maybe something that they need to work on. But it was still a nice ride. It was good to just kind of get off your feet after a hectic day or during a hectic day, and just take in some of the atmosphere, because the Pleasure Beach does have a fantastic atmosphere. So yeah, definitely recommends that, but it does just need a little bit of touching up in some areas. So at the start of the video, we mentioned about the operations of last year on WoW Weekends, and a lot of the rides were closed. This year, as you can already see, it has been 10 times better. It has been so much better than last year. So we did manage to get on everything really that we wanted to, bar Valhalla, which obviously we knew was going to be closed, and because we're in the middle of a storm, we knew the big one wasn't going to be open. It was just kind of wishful thinking. It was closed, but we'll hopefully get on that really soon. What I would say with WoW Weekends is, from our experience last year, definitely go 2 to 3 weeks after the WoW Weekends have started, just so they can get the park up and running, get the rides running again after a long winter break. This year compared to last year was so much better. We're so impressed with them, and we're really happy. We've had such a fantastic day. We've both come home with smiles on our faces and tired legs. One thing I would like to say is I did really quickly bump into Sean from Themepark Worldwide. It was really nice to quickly bump into him on our travels throughout the park. I am a big fan of his and his channel, and we'll link his channel down below. It was really nice to meet them, and they seem really nice. So thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the vlog about Blackpool Pleasure Beach in 2020 for their WoW Weekends. Hit that subscribe button and likes. And what I would say is there any of your favourite rides in Blackpool Pleasure Beach that you really like, would love to get back on again this year? So like Icon, are you excited about the reimagination of Valhalla? Comment down below what you think that will be, what it will entail. Will it be new effects, or are they going to change the entire theme? Let us know what you think. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in a couple of weeks where we're going to Alton Towers Resort.